guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. First, I'm going to be using my MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I'm just using this to prime my eyes. And tonight I'm actually putting together my New Year's Eve look, and I'm going to be using a MAC Pigment, and I'm also beginning to be talking about a couple of new drugstore products that I'm doing first impressions for. So this is my MAC quad that I created, and the first shade is going to be Jest, and I'm just going to be putting this all over my lid as a base shade. And I'm going to do that the same on the other eye as well. This quad is one of my favorites that I've ever created. This next shade is Soft Brown. This is a really nice transition shade. So I'm just going to be blending that in the corner and then through the crease on both of my eyes. And then after that, we're going to be picking up the next shade, which is my favorite shade of all time ever. It's called Expensive Pink, and it's one I definitely recommend. It's just a beautiful shimmery pink and gold, and I'm going to be packing that pretty much all over my lid, not quite going into the inner corner, but pretty much the middle through the outer corner. And then next, we're going to be going in another favorite shade. This is Cranberry from MAC, and you can just see it's a really pretty shade. And I like to pack that in the outer corner and starting to blend that in just a little bit on each eye. Next, I'm going to be taking a BH Cosmetics brush just to kind of buff out those harder edges, make it a little bit softer. And then this next shade is just a dark brown. It came from one of my new Makeup Revolution palettes. I believe it is the Caramel palette. And I just needed to darken it up on the outside just a little bit since we're using a lot of pink and rose gold. Next, I'm using this e.l.f. glitter primer. I'm just putting it on a concealer brush from e.l.f. This was $1, super cheap and affordable. I've never used glitter on my eyes before or any pigments, so this is definitely a new experience for me, but I have to say it was really easy and it wasn't that difficult. This MAC pigment we're using is Rose. I think it is an absolutely gorgeous shade. It definitely reminds me of just a more vivid, expensive pink. And I'm taking a tiny BH Cosmetics angled brush, and I'm just packing that onto the glitter primer. And it went on very smoothly. I mean, just take a look at that color. Is it not gorgeous? I wanted to kind of pump up my look for New Year's and do something a little bit more blingy, a little bit more, just a little bit more in your face. And I really like the color. It went on really nice. And next, we're going to be priming our lips. This is the Creme de Rose by Dior. And then this is a new product from Wet n Wild. This is the UltimateBrow highlighter. So I wanted to give this a shot, and it is super creamy. It goes on super smooth. So I'm going to put that on the top of my brow bone and then also on my inner corner just to lighten it up a bit. And then you just have to kind of blend this out. I did it with my finger. Pretty easy to do. It's very pigmented and it's very creamy. This is a definite recommend if you're looking for a highlighter. What a cheap option. Wet n Wild really killed it with this one. Next is my Milani Eye Tech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner. This is one of my holy grail eyeliners. As you can see, I had to do this a little bit. I had to go over it twice. This one's just running out of ink, but this is normally a one swipe liner and you're done. I've just had this forever, so definitely an awesome product. Next up, I'm taking the Urban Decay 24/7 Black Velvet Pencil, and I'm just doing this to kind of deepen up my look since it's a night look, and I'm putting this on the top and bottom waterline. Next, I'm taking the CoverGirl Plumpify Blast Pro Mascara. This is supposed to be a brand new product. The wand is ginormous. Check it out. This is the waterproof version in the Plumpify Hydrofuge, and I had such high hopes for this product, so a lot of reviews had kind of said it does not live up to the claims, and it is, I believe, a $10 mascara, so it's quite expensive. And as you can see, I really did not get the volume I was hoping for. It does make your lashes black. It does a little bit in the lengthening department, but it definitely just didn't give me that volume. So I don't think it's worth the price for this product, and I was really expecting Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara type style volume, and I didn't get it. So next I'm going in with Benefit's They're Real, just because there's no way I was going to put that other mascara near my lower lash line. I would poke myself in the eye, so that did a great job for my lower lash line. Next up is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, and this is one of my holy grail moisturizers. It's very light on the skin, it sinks into your face. Next is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is another go-to for me. It's one of my best primers. It's a silicone-based primer, so if you don't like that feel, you won't like this one. Next up is the new Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I'm in the shade 20 Classic Ivory, and I thought I would show you two different methods to apply it. The first one I'm going to do is the BH Cosmetics 116 brush, and then also the Beauty Blender. So it's a very kind of gel-like foundation. I find that it blends into the skin really nicely and really evenly. I would say that it's a medium coverage, not full, and that the brush did a decent job. I feel like it went in pretty smooth, and I like the coverage. So next up, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender. I haven't used this in a while. I've really been preferring the brush. This definitely puts some more moisture back into your skin because it is wet when you do apply your Beauty Blender. I feel like it sheared out the foundation ever so slightly, so I feel like you get a slightly better coverage with the brush instead of the Beauty Blender. But overall, pretty even, medium. You can see that there's a few spots that I need to correct. Yet again, another new product. This is the new Wet n Wild Flat Top Brush. I believe these were limited edition, and I just couldn't resist. I thought the pink tipped brushes were so cute, and these were actually decently soft. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder. This is a loose powder. It can be quite messy, but I thought this would be a good one to use the brush on because I really don't want to get this brush dirty. So it's just a clear powder, or a translucent powder like I said, and I'm just pushing this all over my face for a nice light application just so that my makeup stays on all night since we're going to be going out. Next up, I'm taking a limited edition Trio. This is also a product by Wet n Wild. This is one of my faves for 2015. This is in the shade Fair Trade Coffee, and it gives you a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. And look at that contour, guys. I have come such a long way this year. It's not perfect, but it's way better than it used to be. Again, this Trio really shows up, so I'm just putting that on my temples and under my neck, under my jawline. Next up is my Becca Rose Gold highlighter, and oh my gosh, this is such a gorgeous color. I'm again taking that new Wet n Wild brush to apply this because it's nice and squeezed, so it kind of applies really great right on top of your cheeks, and it gives you just a nice little highlight. Next up is a new product for me. I got this in my Ipsy bag, and this is my first brow product. I never do my brows, and I like it. It's got some tint. As you can see, I just put some on my face. Oops, gotta fix it. It's got tint, but it also holds. So this is my first introduction into brow products, and I love it. Next up, I'm taking a MAC lipstick. This is in the shade Angel. It's a very nude color. I thought since I'm doing bright eyes, I would go a little more nude on the lips. And in addition to that, I also am using a MAC lip gloss, and this is in the shade, I believe, Oyster Girl. I will correct it if it's not, but it just gives it a little bit more shine and has a little purple tinge to it, but you can only really see that up close. But that's it, guys. That's my look for New Year's. I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the comments below. Bye!